Come and take it if you want it. Come and take it if you think you can. Come and take it, but I warn you, you'll have to pry it from a cold dead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the gangster of guns, the Mac Daddy of knives, the epic one, the Southern Republic is here. Now, this is a straight up warning. If you have not watched American Blackout yet, stop watching this right now. Watch that. It's on the internet. You can download it. It's going to probably play all week long. Watch that before you watch this, because if you haven't seen that, you're going to get a lot of it's going to be spoiled by me talking about it here. So this is just a FYI. All right, as you can see in the background, we've got the new gun safe, one of the safes. We got the Remy 700 project right here, which I have to finish the videos for. I'll pull it out since I got to clean it. So here's that, mounted up with the Millet 4x16 rifle scope. Let me get some light in here. There we go, a little light. Got the Millet on here. We got the butt pad on there for the cheek rise. It's all nice and set up. I was out there today putting some rounds down range on it, so that was really cool. All right, we don't quite need that much light. I'm not that pretty. I mean, I'm pretty, but I'm not that pretty. As you can see, I'm starting to go get a little Grizzly Adams on it, seeing about the full beard action, since we're almost on No Shave November, or No Shave Timber, or whatever the crap you call it. So let's get into it. So there's two things that I want to cover in this video. One of which is I want to talk about American Blackout, and the second thing I want to talk about is the potential grid down test that they're doing on November 13th and 14th. Now, there's a lot of articles that have been out about this. There's a really good one that I'm going to link to in the description. Feel free to take a look at that. I'm not going to go over through all of it, but there's supposed to be this countrywide, multi-country type of grid test that's going to happen on the 13th and the 14th of November. And it's kind of interesting that it coincides so closely with a 2-hour documentary called American Blackout, talking about what 2 weeks without power would look like in this country and how our rule of law would be completely gone within the first 3 to 4 days. And it was a very interesting documentary, and it was shot very Blair Witch Handycam style, Paranormal Activity, where it's first-person documentary style, where it follows multiple groups of people throughout the 14 days of this documentary. And it's really interesting to see the different groups and how they react. And they only had actually one prepper in the show, one family that was a prepper family, and it showed how quickly he was compromised by allowing one extra person that wasn't planned to be there into the group by bringing the dumbass daughter's douchebag of a boyfriend with him, and how when he shooed away the first person that came looking for free shit, the idiot boyfriend's daughter, or boyfriend's daughter's boyfriend. Wow, I fucked that one up royally. So the dude's the prepper, and the daughter has a douche boyfriend that he allowed to come with them. He's trying to shoo away this first guy, and this idiot kid is saying, well, we got food, we can help him, and he's trying to shut him up and tell this dude to fuck off. So you find out the next day that the son catches the douchebag boyfriend giving the first neighbor that came looking for food some food. Well, it devolves down to where a bunch of them now come and they overrun his compound, and they find the food that's in the house. They rob the house. Thankfully, he's got all the food stored below in a bunker. But then they find his fuel storage outside, and he tries to go out and stop them at one point. And I won't kind of spoil how everything ends. You have to watch the show if you want the full ending. But it just shows how quickly operational security can be compromised by someone who's so stupid they don't understand the concept of you must protect your own first. The fact that this kid was lucky enough to be dating a girl whose father is a prepper, hardcore military style prepper, he's lucky as fuck because he had fuel, he had water, he had food every day, and he didn't understand how much that was, how valuable that was to him by giving things away and almost costing these people their livelihood and their lives. It's one of these things that it's like it makes you really reassess your preps, and it really makes me reassess my preps. Going, could I survive 2 weeks with no power and no running water? And I really started taking a look at my preps while during the show. Every commercial break, I'm jumping up. I got my freaking notepad out. I'm writing something. I'm like, oh shit, I only have enough. I could do this, I could do that. I could cook with this, that. I'm like, but I don't have enough of this or this or this. And it really made me kind of think. It's like, I've really laxed back on the prepping to the point where I haven't really gotten anything new into the prep supply for a while now. And it may actually kind of scared me thinking, going, wow, I've really kind of not been on my game. What if come 2 weeks from now, November 13th and 14th, or 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, what if the grid shuts off in my area? I'm not in the best of areas. I mean, let's be honest here. I live in the South Phoenix area. It's not all that good an area. I mean, operational security wise, I got dick. I don't have bars on my windows because my fuck all HOA won't allot for that. I don't have any way to bar windows and things. I've got some plywood sheets that'll cover the windows that I can nail in. But I mean, that stuff can be easily kicked down or ripped off. I mean, I really am thinking about how do I secure my home? And if it goes to shit, should I stay or should I bug the hell out? And it really makes me kind of reassess, what is my OPSEC? What is my operational security here? Where would I go? What would I do? What would I take? How would I take it? I don't live very close to the people that I am part of a prepper group with. Now, we do happen to have a facility that we can go to that will be relatively secure, but how will I get there? We've never actually practiced bugging out to that location in traffic with other people. How do I load my vehicle out? How do I load my gear out? How much do I take? What do I leave back? And it really is like I said, there's some parts of that movie that granted it's just a documentary style movie, but there were some parts of that literally scared the shit out of me. Thinking, there are gangs in this neighborhood. I mean, I've got enough weapons and ammo for that. I can handle them. But what happens if there's too many of them and I'm on my own? What happens if they try to overrun my house? That they see I'm still here, or they can hear me in here, or, people have paid a little too much attention to what's coming and going into my house. I always worry about that. When I go buy stuff and I go shopping, I make it a point to come home, pull my car into the garage, shut the garage before I unload anything, before I load guns in the car, before I unload guns. When I buy stuff for preps, when I go bulk shopping at Costco, I really think about what can they see with me coming and going. I was dating a young lady for a while who, I don't, with my vehicles in the garage and my workshop at whatever in there, I don't have the ability to have her parking in my garage. So when she would go shopping or bring stuff over, they'd be seeing her walk in and out with food. If we went to Costco and we used her SUV because it would fit more shit, people would see us unloading stuff, and I really never gave too much thought to that. And the more I think about it now, the more I'm going, shouldn't have done that. I should have had my car in the driveway, pulled her SUV into the garage, shut that, unloaded in the garage. It worries me a little. Like, it genuinely has me wondering, what have my neighbors seen? Because I know I pay attention when I see the neighbors coming and going. I know most of my neighbors' coming and going habits. I know how many people live a couple houses down in the group of illegals that are potentially living there, and I'm almost positive they're illegals. And there's 7 or 8 males that I see coming through there, day laborer males who, I'm a big dude. I mean, I'm kind of a scary guy. I'm, It's over 6 foot, 260, 270-ish. I've lost a lot of weight from where I was, but could I take a couple of them? I mean, if it came to it, if I had to kill a couple of them, could I still do it? Could I kill again? I've been in the military in a long time. I mean, I'm wondering, is that mindset gone? That survival mindset, will it come back if shit goes to hell? Have you asked yourself these questions? Can you take a life if you have to? Will your fight or flight kick in? Or will you fall apart? Will you just be crippled and with fear? Have you considered any of this? You know, I look at a lot of my friends, and I'm only 31, and a lot of my friends, they're all about the partying and getting laid left and right, and that's fine. I like that too. I like going out and hooking up with chicks, and getting out on my motorcycle and looking fucking sexy and hitting the bars on Friday and Saturday nights. But then I look at you know how much money I could waste so quickly on a Friday Saturday night combo, out riding in up in Cave Creek and Old Town Scottsdale, Mill Ave and Tempe. And I'm like, man, I think about that. I'm like, well, I could have bought X amount of cases of water. I could have bought X amount of gallons of water. I could have bought X amount of dehydrated food. I could have bought X amount. I could have gotten another 50-pound thing of this or another 50-pound bag of that. But I pitched that away on fucking booze and fucking entrance into fuck all club. I mean, fuck, we went to a place, they wanted $20 to get in the door, and I was just like, fuck that. I'll see you guys later. And I dipped. I was like, I'm not giving you $20 just to walk in the door. And this American blackout, it really kind of got me thinking, how much cash do I have in this house right now? I have $10 in my wallet. I don't carry cash. I carry plastic. Power goes out, ATMs stop working. And I don't know if anybody caught that, but Chase has started to limit how much you can take out of the ATMs. That number has gone down. They've been limiting how much cash can go in and out of business accounts. Well, I started on business. What when it comes to our personal accounts, I noticed the fees have gone up on Chase. Notice my monthly statement, they took a little bit more money for the different fees for the different accounts I have. How much cash do you have in your house right now? What do you have to barter with right now? If this went off right now, no, I'm kidding, it didn't go off. But you got scared there for a second, didn't you? What could you barter with? What do you have? Do you have enough ammo to fight a small insurgent war? Would you be able to fight down the street? Do you have enough ammo to get yourself 2 blocks from your house if shit starts going bad and a firefight breaks out? Have you thought about this? Do you have body armor? Level 2, level 3, level 4, dragon skin? Do you have any of that? Is it even legal to own where you live? I don't know. I'm not sure what the law is on body armor. I mean, I know here in Phoenix, it's, I can go buy body armor anywhere. I don't know if it's legal where you are. I mean, I know you guys in a lot of places can't have an auto knife. I happen to have one right here. This is just a Italian stiletto, but and this is just a very cheap. This is actually in a Armando Beltran stiletto, but it's like the very cheap production ones that they sell for like $30. I got it. It was given to me as a gag gift because I'm an Italian. Like, oh, you got to have your Italian pig sticker. Yeah, okay. But you, in a lot of places, you can't have this because it's an auto. Do you have a quality combat knife? Do you have a quality fixed knife? Can you go outside right now and start a fire with this and a rock or 2 sticks? Or are you completely dependent on one of these? Bic lighter. Yeah, I know it's blue. I don't know. I just came in a pack of them, so it just happened to be the one next to me. This is just a little baby lighter. I actually picked those up for this thing. This is the spool tool. Such did a review of these. Very cool, $20. Actually came with some rope, and you put a little lighter in here, so you always have a little lighter with you if you're doing any paracord stuff. Got a D-ring and a cutter. You know, kind of a cool thing. You know, I plan on adding these to my kits. I'm getting a couple more. There'll be a review of that coming. But what are you going to do? Are you any remotely prepared for shit to happen in, say, 2 weeks? 2 days? 6 months? Think about it. So, as always, Semper Fi. Have a good day.
So you best not cross that line. If you want this gun, you gotta come through us and take it one shot at a time.
Watch that. It's on the internet. You can download it. It's going to probably play all week long. Watch that before you watch this, because if you haven't seen that, you're going to get a lot of it's going to be spoiled by me talking about it here. So this is just a FYI. All right, as you can see in the background, we've got the new gun safe, one of the safes. We got the Remy 700 project right here. So that was really cool. All right, we don't quite need that much light. I'm not that pretty. I mean, I'm pretty, but I'm not that pretty. As you can see, I'm starting to go get a little Grizzly Adams on it, seeing about the full beard action, since we're almost on No Shave November, or No Shave Timber, or whatever the crap you call it. So let's get into it. So there's two things that I want to cover in this video. One of which is I want to talk about American Blackout, and the second
Come and take it if you want it. Come and take it if you think you can. Come and take it, but I warn you, you'll have to pry it from my cold dead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the gangster of guns, the Mac Daddy of knives, the epic one, the Southern Republic is here. Now, this is a straight up warning. If you have not watched American Blackout yet, stop watching this right now, which I have to finish the videos for. I'll pull it out since I got to clean it. So here's that, mounted up with the Millet 4x16 rifle scope. Let me get some light in here. There we go, a little light. Got the Millet on here. We got the butt pad on there for the cheek rise. It's all nice and set up. I was out there today putting some rounds down range on it. The thing I want to talk about is the potential grid down test that they're doing on November 13th and 14th. Now, there's a lot of articles that have been out about this. There's a really good one that I'm going to link to in the description. Feel free to take a look at that. I'm not going to go over through all of it, but there's supposed to be this countrywide, multi-country type of grid test that's going to happen